The champions were in town Monday. If you didn't catch them, Florida State women's basketball team are off to a 1-1 start this season after losing a thrilling game to reigning NCAA champions, the University of Connecticut. What's football season without the kicker? At Maclay High School, she not only plays soccer, but she plays football too. Major League Baseball will return for the 2017 season on April 2nd. Until then, I've got you covered on all your NBA coverage. The Florida Classic was filled with friends, fans, and families as the Rattlers were defeated by the Wildcats 39-19. Now, the last game the Rattlers won in the Florida Classic was in 2010. Down, set, HUD. Seminoles of Florida State University just squeezed by the North Carolina State Wolfpack in a 24-20 point win. Now the FSU women's soccer team gets fancy with footwork as they rack up their 4th ACC title in a row. In Tallahassee alone, the Kaepernick effect continues to grow on the field, on the volleyball court, and in the stands. UConn will be bringing in new players, and Lady Huskies have already won 4 national titles. So this game will be a competitive and tough match between the two teams. What are the odds or that Irving and Irving both get ejected out of the game? The Artest Foundation is a nonprofit organization that seeks to help children with their health and wellness. Both founders, professional basketball player Metta World Peace and Ron Artest Sr. look to help their community with this program.
Well, guys, I hope you have your chips and dip ready for this weekend as Clemson and Virginia Tech face off in the ACC Championship this Saturday.
Now, the Florida State Seminole football team took on the North Carolina Tar Heels Saturday, and this game had even me on the edge of my seat.
And we are now just one day away from the face-off between the Virginia Tech Hokies and the Clemson Tigers in the ACC Championship game.
Tara, the Florida Classic is more than just a getaway. It's one of those largest football games between two historical black colleges in America. I have more in sports right after this. You're watching News 20 at 5. It's more than just a football game and more than an in-state rivalry. It's now one of the largest football games between two historical black colleges in America. The Rattlers and Wildcats battled it out on the gridiron this weekend in Orlando at the Florida Classic. In the first quarter, the Wildcats built a 14-3 lead after back-to-back touchdown drives. Ryan Stanley talks about what could have been different in this important game.
They play or like to play in certain situations or formations that we play. And like I said, I didn't execute, we didn't execute.
Both teams could use a victory to end the season, but only one could take home the 2016 Classic Champion trophy. Jaquez Bryant talks about his last few moments being a Rattler on the field.
You know, when the clock started going down, that's when it hit me. But, you know, it was great being a Rattler.
Coach Alex Wood says that they gave up too many defensive plays, but he is ready to continue to build this program.
We're going to prepare them for wrapping up academically now, athletically, and medically right now, and then we go into the winter phase of our program from there.
The Florida Classic is going on its 38th year since 1978, and the Rattlers look to increase their record next year as they go into their spring drills. San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick sparked a movement across the country when deciding to protest by taking a knee during the national anthem before his NFL football games. Griffin Middle School football coach Brett Stanley, his staff, and a select few of his players decided to participate in the protest by taking a knee during their Deer Lake matchup football game. Stanley refused to take any more interviews but agreed to submit a statement. In the statement, he says, "As an African American and mentor in the setting that I'm in, I feel as if it's my duty to equip them as much knowledge as possible that would help their future. So yes, I believe it was effective, and from the reaction of community and numerous other leaders around the world, it brought awareness directly here in Tallahassee." And Coach isn't the only one who decided to take a stand. Senior broadcast journalism student and volleyball player Deja Martin decided to no longer stand for the national anthem, but kneel for both away and home games.
The whole Kaepernick situation, it was like, I saw him do it and I was thinking, I can do that. Like, I'm not going to get shot for doing that. I'm not going to get beat up for doing that. The worst thing that could happen is I could lose my scholarship, and I'm at a HBCU, so I don't think that's going to happen. So, you know, I took a knee because I feel like this is my safe way of doing what I feel is right.
Florida State volleyball player Mara Green also decided to take a knee during the national anthem at her volleyball games.
Where I'm really passionate about social injustice and what's going on in America. Not only police brutality even, but, just social injustice, period. So whenever I saw Colin Kaepernick take the knee in his preseason games, I thought that was a perfect opportunity for me to display how I'm feeling.
In Tallahassee,
Florida A&M faced the Tuskegee Tigers for the first time in 20 years on Saturday in the fifth quarter classic at Ladd-Peebles Stadium in Mobile, Alabama. Over 19,000 people attended the game to watch the Rattlers and Tigers rematch.
It's great. I like the fact that we were able to get these two schools back together. The fans were delighted for that. I could see the energy in the stadium. It was a sight to see. So.
The Rattlers took a 17-13 lead into the fourth quarter but didn't score over the final 15 minutes. After fumbling the ball at Tuskegee's 35-yard line, the Rattlers fell to the Tigers with less than 2 minutes left. FAMU quarterback Kenny Coleman turned in one of his best performances as a Rattler, completing 22 of his 38 passes for 162 yards and 2 touchdowns.
The information about the rivalry is hearsay. I'm getting it from other people. But we're excited about winning. I mean, to have an opportunity to be a 1AA school, that's kind of big for us.
The Tuskegee Tigers currently stand as a Division II team and defeated the Rattlers on Saturday 20-17. Meanwhile, the Rattlers are still looking for their first win.